Shalom, this is your Ark. Yah is magnified, coming back with another informative video. I titled this video, The Nameholder. But before I tackle this subject, as always, I must state for the record, I'm not a lawyer, I do not practice law, and I do not pretend to. All my videos are for informational and educational purposes only. They're all facts and all truth. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, so I'm doing this video titled The Nameholder for the simple fact of the matter is a lot of brothers have been hitting me up who have filed their assumed name certificates in Minnesota after I did the assumed name certificate video, I think last month. But they was asking me, is it good for them to go to court and say that they are not the name, but they are the name holder? So to answer that question, as easy and as simple as possible, I would say if I was you guys, no, I would not do it. Why? Because I know what the term name holder means. Okay? So for someone to have you guys go to court and say that you are the name holder, but they say by you saying that you are the name holder, you are not responsible for the name, that's far from the truth, man. Okay? So let's break it down between two words. We know what a name is, but we're going to go over everything as well. I just want to give y'all the quick breakdown before I go the long way to further prove everything that I say. So you guys don't have to take my word for it. You will read it for yourself and get understanding for yourself, okay? So to hold something means to do what? Have in your possession, right? If it's in your possession, that means you have control over it, right? Right. If you have control over it, that means you are liable for what you control, okay? To further break this thing down, let's use an example. The example I like to use is a car. Okay, let's say you're driving down the street, not paying attention, and you run into the back of someone. You total your car and you total their car, right? So, because you was in control of your car at the time of the accident, by you running in the back of them, you are automatically held liable for damages, okay? The only way to get out of that liability is what? If you have insurance. If you have insurance, that's when the title subrogation comes in that you also have people trying to teach about, not have an understanding of what subrogation really is. Okay? So if you have insurance, then the insurance company will take over and pay for the liability and damages. Okay? But if you do not have insurance and you are the one behind the wheel that caused the accident, then you, by controlling the vehicle, are now responsible for the damages. Why? Because you was the one controlling the vehicle. It's just that simple. It's getting no simpler than that. That's the easiest way I can break it down for you all to get better understanding. Okay? So now let's look at this document on the screen that I screenshotted from Google, basically just showing proof of a business being registered in the state of Minnesota. But if you go to the bottom of the screen, it states name holder. It's 2 name holders and 2 name holder addresses. Okay? So if this business doesn't have insurance to cover any damages that may be done or caused by this business, then the business name holders are responsible for the damages, okay, because they are in control of the named business. To further prove that, let's go to the Black Laws Dictionary. We're going to start this off at the 6th edition, so let's go there. Okay, so now let's pick this up with hold, okay? We're going to start with hold because hold is the root word for holder. So let's pick this up at hold. Hold means what? To possess in virtue of a lawful title, okay? It's just that simple. It's to have possession of. But let's continue. As in the expression common in grants, to have and to hold, or in that applied to notes the owner and holder. So what? An holder is also considered to be what? An owner. But we're going to further prove that as well. But as you can see, to hold is basically to have the title in your possession. And we know that possession is what, guys? 9/10 of the law. So again, if you guys want to go to court and be the holder, then good luck with that. But let's continue. Number 5, to bind or obligate, to restrain or constrain, to keep in custody or under an obligation, as in the phrase, hold to bail, hold for court, held and firmly bound, etc. Right? Now let's go to number 8. Just trying to run through them real quick. This is just the definition for hold. To possess, to occupy, to be in possession and administration of, as to hold office. So as we all can see, all these definitions have the term possession in it, because that's what it is. It says to keep, to retain, to maintain possession of, or authority over. See also what? Ownership and possession. Why? Because if you have ownership of it, then you have possession over it. I don't claim ownership of anything. Okay? I don't own anything. I don't claim ownership of anything. So why would I claim to be the owner of the name? Because if you claim to be the owner of the name, then it's in your possession. If it's in your possession, then it's underneath your control. If it's underneath your control, then it's your responsibility. Okay? That's it. Plain and simple, simple and plain. Now let's pick this up at holder. Holder, the holder of a bill of exchange, promissory note, check, or other commercial paper is the person who has legally acquired possession of the same by endorsement or delivery and who is entitled to receive payment of the instrument. Right? Then it says, but that has all that right there what we just read, guys, had to do with bill of exchange, such as checks, promissory, Federal Reserve notes, stuff like that, money orders. All those are bill of exchange. Now, the next definition I'm about to read has to deal with titles and any other type of other instruments that you receive. So here it is: person who is in what? Possession of a document of a title, or an instrument, or an investment security drawn, issued, or endorsed to him or to his order, or to bearer, or in blank. UCC subsection 1-201. So again, as you all can see, in order to be the holder, you must be in what? Possession. If you're in possession, then you are known as the owner. So that's why let's say for those who smoke marijuana, right? Let's say you're riding in your car in your state and marijuana is illegal in your state. You get pulled over. The police finds the marijuana in your car that you was driving because it's in the car that you was driving, which you have control over. It also makes it in your possession. If it's in your possession, you are now either what? Going to jail for having possession of marijuana, or being fined a fee for having the possession of marijuana. Why? Because you are responsible, because it's in your possession, you have control over it. Such as being the name holder. It's no different. Okay? So for someone to tell you guys to go to these courts, or for people to go in here and tell you guys to go to these courts as the name holder, they're setting you guys up for failure. I keep telling y'all, man, be careful what y'all listen to. Like I tell y'all, don't take my word for it. I'm showing you on the screen what it actually says. Like that. This is not me just making up stuff. It's right here for you all to see coming out of the Black Law Dictionary itself. Okay? So you must break these terms down to understand what is being said. But now let's go to the definition of possession for you to get a better understanding of that. Possession, guys. Right? Possession is what? Having control over a thing with the intent to have and to exercise such control. So now, like I told you, if it's in your possession, then you have control over it. If you have control over it, that means you're what? Let's go to the definition of the word control. Okay, control. Let's pick this up at the verb, where it says verb, control. To exercise restraining or directing influence over. To regulate, restrain, dominate, curb, to hold from action, overpower, counteract, govern. Okay? Let's read control as a noun. Power or authority to manage, direct, superintend, restrict, regulate, govern, administer, or oversee. The ability to exercise and restraining or directing influence over something. Right? So again, that's the point of having control. If you have control over it, then it's your responsibility. Plain and simple, simple and plain. But let's go, because they also use my example about the car in the definition. Here it is, where it states rule that driver, where it says underneath 600, 604, then it says rule that driver must at all times have automobile under control. Means having it under such control that it can be stopped before doing injury to any person in any situation that is reasonably likely to arise under the circumstances. Then it says, see also exclusive control, immediate control. Okay? So again, they even use the automobile as an example when you have control over something. So if you have control over the name, it's on you to control the name to stop the name from causing injury or harm. Okay? If the state is coming after that name, and you claim to have control over that name, then you are responsible. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Okay, so now let's go to the definition for the word name. Okay, because you have people teaching y'all to go in there that you're going to say that you are of the family of and all this other nonsense, man. Y'all got to understand what's going on. Cut this thing out. By you saying that you are of the family of, it's not going to take you guys from being labeled as a person or legal fiction. Let's pick it up where it says name. Name, the designation of an individual person or of a firm or corporation. Okay? Let's continue. Word or combinations of words used to distinguish person or thing or class from others. Then it says a person's name. So we know what a person is, though, right? Right, we all should know that by now. If you don't, go back, check out my old videos. It says a person's name consists of one or more Christian or given names and one surname or family name. So who have family names, guys? Persons. Persons are what? Corporations. As it states, names have, which is an individual person. An individual person is still an individual corporation. Okay? Same thing. And they have family names. Okay? When dealing with the commercial or the legal society. Okay? So, again, you have people telling y'all to go in there as the name holder, and you have people going in there signing you guys as the family of. Okay? I tried that a long time ago, years ago, man. That stuff, take my word for it, man. Well, you don't have to take my word for it. Just try it for yourself and you get the same results I had. The stuff don't work, man. Just stay firm and stay and understand what's going on, guys. Okay? Don't make no claims in these courts. I keep telling you guys that. You go in there making claims to the court. The more claims you make, the more you add to the controversy. Why? Because now you have to prove those claims in open court. And when you start proving, that means you got to talk more. And the more you talk, the deeper you're going to dig yourself in the hole. Why? Because the words that you say can and will be held against you in the court of law. That's why they're doing what they're doing. So don't go in there making claims to anything. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. But that's all I'm going to do for today. If you all need my help, hit me up in my email at y'allismagnified@gmail.com. Study to show yourself approved, guys. You know, like I said, I'm dropping these Jews left and right. You know, I'm showing y'all what's real and what's not. Because a lot of people are telling y'all things that's not real. Okay? They're giving you guys false hope and having you guys go in there believing that you can go in there and file certain forms, claim to be the name and claim not to be the name, but claim to have ownership of the name and expect to walk away scot-free. Nah, it's not going to work like that, guys. You're not the name holder. Remember that. So with that being said, I say shalom.